What do you think? Where
Yeah,
are we
let's
going?
drop in front of Palace.
Right, actually, I have a way better idea. We're gonna go to Fortress first. I heard the loot table's pretty generous there, and then maybe we can go to the green area later. Sounds good, doesn't it?
I think so.
All right, so let's. Are you guys ready to
ready
queue up and
ready
stuff?
on the button.
All right. Let's do that in just a second. All right, hit the ready button.
Let me know when.
All right. 3, 2, 1, now. All right, let's go.
Go.
So this is Jak II any percent. I personally believe it's a little bit easier to speedrun. You have a bunch of loads to back you up. So in a marathon setting, it's really nice to, have a little bit of leeway in a couple of spots. So this is technically the fastest version to run on, but there is a glitch called punch glitch, which makes it really terrible at times. Punch glitch will randomly put you into a random direction, and can mess up your movement and even at times kill your run. But there's so little on-foot movement happening in the run that it's not really that big of a deal. Most of the time you can just reset, but in the marathon setting, obviously you cannot really do that. The most ran version is the PS2 release. There's also a PS4 version, but that one has its own flaws. But yeah, so I decided to run on this console. So this is the successor to Jak I, which is one of the most sold games for the PS2. But this one takes on a little bit of a darker tone. Yeah, right here at the very beginning, you see something that we won't be seeing probably ever again throughout the run. That is Dark Jak. So in the story of this game, Jak found a time machine at the end of Jak I. Major spoilers, by the way. And he gets put into the past, the future, something like that. And there's this villain called Baron Praxis who injects him with dark eco, and eco is like gives Jak superpowers basically, at least in Jak I. In this game it turns him evil, and that just kind of happens every once in a while. Whenever Jak gets angry, he goes to Dark Jak. We are not going to be doing a whole bunch of the story though in order. We're going to be going out of bounds here, skipping a lot of missions actually. We're going to be going to a big percentage warp that will skip us to roughly 60 to 70% game completion, and we're going to be doing a few out of bounces here using the zoomers. This game's pretty broken in that regard. You can go out of bounds in a bunch of places. You got to make sure though that you are always hitting the loading zones. That's something that Jak I was also quite known for. There were little loading zones or little not noticeable loads, and you just got to make sure you hit the loading trigger for the next area whenever you go out of bounds in this game. So right here we're going to Mars Tomb. Mars Tomb is the place where the percentage warp will happen, and there is a little death warp at the very beginning of the trick that I'll hopefully get. So we got out of bounds here, and do a so-called boosted uppercut, and here we are down in the tomb. That's the first trick done. Got it.
Very nice.
Thanks.
And the thing with percentage warps in Jak II and Jak III is that if you glitch into a later mission and you manage to beat the mission, they give you all the stuff you're supposed to have when beating the mission. The game's like, yeah, you beat the mission, so you must have everything up to that point. That's really convenient, especially for Jak II, where we get some useful tools you'll see later after this mission.
Yeah, right here I'm clipping into this pillar. There's a little polygon you can stand on. At least it's I suppose it's a polygon.
Yeah, it's definitely not a pixel.
That's not a pixel, by the way. In the Jak community, we just call it the magic pixel or something. The pixel we stand on, but it's not a pixel. So out right here, you can, out of bounds, you can get some water roll jumps that allow you to go into the left tomb early on. If that doesn't happen, That's actually a thing that's quite common. A lot of people like lose their runs early on to this. Gotta say though, the timing on this monitor is a little bit different regarding those roll jumps. Usually you're not supposed to do roll jumps in the water, but if you time it properly, you can start a roll jump in the water and you know, chain them together really nicely. So let me just go back here. Also, you gotta make sure you go under the door. That way the next level will load up properly. If you don't do that, the cutscene just won't be there. Oh, nice. Got a little.
Yeah, every neuro now that come to this game just ask us why this zone didn't load. It's always because it done gone.
All right, here we go.
Good
So
job.
that clips us into the left tomb, and here we are as Daxter. This is probably one of the few times where you're actually going to be seeing punch glitch, because you know the movement I'm doing here is by pressing the square button, and that's also the button to punch. And interestingly, Jak, or rather Daxter, moves a little bit like Jak, and it also has punch glitch. It's really silly. Luckily, we haven't seen it just yet, but hopefully for the comedic value, we'll see it later on. So there's a spider chase happening here. We just gotta go through that as fast as we can. Kind of like an auto-scroller, but if you die, of course, get sent back.
It always looks really funny if you're really fast. You still have to wait for the spider. So
Yeah, as you can see, we're quite ahead right now, ahead of the spider. But the end trigger for the mission will be here in just a second, and Daxter just falls over flat, and you know we just kind of have to wait here until the spider comes to us. And it's supposed to look really dramatic with you know, the spider jumping, and I think that very moment Daxter was supposed to like fall over like that. So here we go, not needing to do on-foot movement anymore. And here's also one of the biggest glitches in the game, which is the hover, or rather tricks. It's a trick cancel. Allows you to gain infinite height on this jet board. And the tomb we're in right now, you are required to do two, what they're called, not quests, but yeah, hold up.
puzzles.
Puzzles, basically, and we can just hover to the end here.
They're cheating here.
Oh, okay, so this is a music puzzle. Du-du-dum-dum-dum. Should be that one. Du-du-dum-dum-dum. Alright, good. So that is the 1, 3, 3.
Yeah, he's focusing right now.
Yeah, this one. And then take that one. Okay, yeah, that's enough, thank you. So right here, this is a music puzzle, or rather a music memory game. Instead of having pictures that are, you know, instead of having matching pictures, you have matching music, and we actually have figured out how they work. There's a set of 6 music puzzles that can happen at any time, or that can be chosen at any time. But it's random which one gets chosen. But they're always consistent. Like each pattern is always consistent. So using a couple of restart warps, we're going to be warping into this this fight right here. So you may notice that we just hit a button, and this button was supposed to activate a laser. What I did is I didn't activate the first button of you know, the left tomb that we were doing early on, because you can just hover to the second button basically from the right button. So yeah, it just saves a little bit of time. So in this fight, this is the Baron Praxis fight. This is the unquote villain in this game. This is like the second boss right now, and I think when we're coming out of the tomb, we're either at 67 or 68%. Oh, what's he?
It's about right.
Yeah, something around that. I don't know the numbers exactly. But in this fight, you want to make sure you hit as many bombs as you can on him, and you can even take some damage, or you can even damage him for the next phase. So as you see, he has little health right now. There's only one like shot left. If I do it properly, sadly the bomb exploded before it was able to hit him. But yeah, you can take some damage into the next phase, allowing him to do this last phase a little bit quicker. And this is the one that like nobody likes. That's the face that, you know, he can troll you quite a lot. Pretty random where he pops up. You can manipulate it. And I'm just gonna take a little save here. Alright. Oh, sniped him. Oh crap, okay, that one I didn't get. Let's see where he pops up. Probably on the right. Alright, that's convenient. Alright, that's Baron Praxis. Not the best RNG, but pretty okay. So yeah, the jet board we have right here, you acquired this around 1/3 through the game. And it has this very broken mechanic called the hover. It's not really a mechanic, it's just a trick cancel you can do. You can chain one trick into another, and that allows you to gain infinite height. I was trying to explain a little bit earlier, but the other trick was a little bit more important that very second. So with that, we can break the levels really nicely, because games from this area, they have or most of the games from this area, they have the start of the mission very close to the end of it, or rather the end very close to the start. And it's like, this is also the second fastest way to move around in this game, if you are not using one of those zoomers, that one of those vehicles you've seen on the side. Here's a quick death warp that puts us further into the level, saves a bit of time. And now we're going to be going to Torn. Talk to Torn, you'll give us a new mission. And yeah, from there on out, we'll just do that. If there are any donations, you can go ahead and read them right now. I feel like this would be a great time.
Alright, we have a $20 donation from Anonymous. Good luck on Jak II, Boomer. It's always amazing to see one of my favorite PS2 games get broken in a speedrun. As Baron Praxis would say to the soft luck gods, obey and be happy. Donation goes to Boomer's choice.
Oh, thank you. What is there that I can vote for? I don't even know. Can I put that towards my own incentive? All right, right here there's a bounce I do, a ricochet, using the hover, and that allows me to get into this guard room, skipping ahead in the level a little bit. This is a strat that I'm known for, kind of. The community is sort of named it Boomer Cage because I'm like the only one doing that. Here's a quick out of bounds. You know, you don't need walls, and here it is. That's the end of the level already. Fairly quick, and quite the run killer actually. If you don't get it right. Oops.
Yeah, what's really useful is that most walls are not solid when you hit them high enough. So using the hover, you can get out of bounds in pretty much every level very easily.
So right here we're using the hover once again to take a quick shortcut into the sewers. Although it's not marked on the mission on the minimap at the bottom, we can go in here and start this mission early. That allows us to have some nicer routing later on. Otherwise, we'd need to get to the mission. Yeah, we would need to get to the guy who gives us the mission, and doing so would take roughly a minute. And yeah, that's time we don't have. So right here, we gotta escort my favorite boys, my favorite people in the Jak series, and that's Jinx, Mog, and what's the other guy called? Nobody knows what he's called. Everyone forgets about him. But yeah, we gotta protect these guys, escort them, and yeah, there's a few metalheads spawning here and there. We just gotta shoot them, and as soon as we kill the last one, we can progress in the level. Yeah. So these guys are crawling down the walls, and just gotta shoot them like that. There's the last one, hopefully. Yeah, should be it. Yeah, this guy's called Jink. He's placing a bomb down now. So what I'm gonna be doing here is I'm gonna take intentional damage, because that allows me to get to these two metalheads quicker and allows me to kill them as well. Otherwise, there would be metalheads spawning behind the guys. And if I do this like that, it's not gonna be spawning anything, so that also saves a little bit of time. Oh, hello. So yeah, up here there's some metalheads. We can just shoot them off. Otherwise, we would need to wait for them as well. Right, here's some more. They're gonna spawn in a second. All right, so I'm gonna wait here just a few seconds before I get on the jetboard again. Because it has happened before that you can fail the mission there by just simply going out too fast. I'm also on only 1 health. That's
That is indeed really spooky.
kinda scary. Because if you die here, you gotta go back to the very beginning and do all of what I just did all over again in the sewers.
Yeah, most of Jak II mission don't have any checkpoints. It's actually kind of known for that.
Yeah.
Very brutal. And that's one of the longest missions to die on, so
Yeah,
not.
I can't think of any other mission that's longer than this. This is like 4 minutes long.
Yeah, not in any person.
Alright, so right here you want to be making sure they're not getting too close to you, as well as too close to your people you're supposed to escort. Because when they die, mission's over, and when you die, mission's also over. As we just established, you don't want to be dying here.
And you always have to make sure that they don't drop down on your head. So that would be unfortunate.
All right. Yeah, I gotta make sure I'm not gonna shoot more, because if you hit those people you're supposed to escort with the gun, they're gonna shoot back, essentially killing you in this regard. All right, so we just gotta wait this out here until the cutscene pops up. All right. So I'm not able to restart the mission right away because I have the on-code memory card in. I have autosave on because this game is notorious for hard locking out of nowhere. There are a lot of consistent hard locks in this game you can do. Also, that was punch glitch. I was just trying to punch forward, but instead it punched me to the side. Yeah, anyhow, I decided to have the autosave feature on simply because it's going to make it a little bit easier in case of a crash to just return to the run.
Yeah, fortunately the PS3 version is less known for crashing than the PS2 version.
It does also crash, but yeah, like Geschlossen just said, not as much as PS2. At least, I think so. Alright. So going back to the underground, talking to Samus. And we're going to be destroying a few bomb bots. They were sent to find the underground, and in the game, in the storyline, we were supposed to fight for the underground, and you know, we don't want that our secret hideout gets found, so let's destroy them real quick. At least I believe that's what they're supposed to be there for. Alright. So you can get stuck under them, and using the blaster, you can spin and shoot like that. And I killed them really quickly. And as soon as I hear beep sounds coming from the blast bots, I know I can turn around and I basically just killed the guy. Here's another one. And you can see how I'm trying to get stuck under the thing. There you go. I'm actually a little bit low on ammo, so I'll go here, pick that up. Yeah, you need around 40 ammo to kill each bomb bot. So ideally you want to be at 120. But I was managing my ammo a little bit poorly in the sewers. And ammo management is something really important about this game. Like if you don't have enough ammo in a certain spot, you're gonna lose a bunch of time. Right, quick shortcut with the hover. No need to drive around it, to go around it. Jesus. Alright. It always switches to that gun. We also have this Thing that looks like a machine gun, plays like a machine gun. All right. So from here on out, ammo is not too important, because you'll be able to stock up in a level later on. So here I want to be taking a zoomer, because for a thing that's about to come up, yeah, you need to be on a zoomer. Interestingly, I think it's the collision that changes whenever you're on a zoomer. Am I correct with that?
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, just making sure, just double checking with guitar. So this corner right here, whenever you're on a zoomer, you can't just drive through it. Because the collision changes whenever you're on a zoomer. If you were to try to do that on foot, you probably just bonk into it, and yeah, that'd be it. So this race right here is the so-called Class 2 race. Recently, people found some skips, some lap skips for the Class 2 race. I'm not going to be attempting that here, since I believe that's not that marathon safe, and you can easily blow up your car and waste a bunch of time. So yeah, I feel like this would be another perfect spot for donation. So if you have some more, go for them right now. If there are any. Now, if not, that's all good.
Yeah, also, dying in this race is not like dying in any other racing game where they just put you on the track. No, you have to restart the whole race here. There's like 5 laps, and that could be like 2 minute loss. So
Yeah.
that's why Boomer also is not going to go for the skip, because it's very, very risky.
Yeah, the tricky or the setup, the lineup you need to be doing in order to get the lap skips in the first place is really finicky. So like a small mistake in a setup can basically cost you a bunch of time. Yeah, like I said, for marathon, it just doesn't really work out. Although I will be attempting some other lap skips for a race that's coming up later. Okay. So one more to go. You can also easily blow up by just running into any walls. Like, you don't want to be jumping too much on the vehicle. Like right here, I do that to get around the corner a little bit nicer. But if you do it in the wrong spot, out of nowhere, you can just die. Like, let's say, if you were to boost or if you were to jump right here, you could crash into the ceiling, and that will also allow you to do that race all over again. Forces you to do it all over again. Alright. So here we are. I'm going to be getting on that zoomer. There's a neat little restart warp that I'm going to be doing that requires a zoomer hop. I believe that's the name. Zoomer high jump? What's the name exactly? Is there any...
Both are correct.
Huh? What is it?
Both are good.
Yeah, both are like decent terms. People will understand what you mean when you say, "Oh, I'm trying to do a zoomer jump here." But how you perform it is you change the zone that you're in with the vehicle, and as you do that, you get off and jump as Jak. So I'll turn the camera. Oh, that didn't get it. I'll try it again. Make sure there you go. So if you have enough height, the camera moves up a little bit and then like loads in the next zone. And if you restart in this very spot, that puts you further into the level. Hopefully. Yeah, it did. So here's another quick restart warp.
Yeah, movement in the city is all about trying to find all of those restart warp or death warp. Try to like skip what you can, but still load the next zone. So it's very interesting to find the routing in the city.
Yeah. So here's one of those examples. Although it's not a restart warp, you can cut the corner. You can see in the minimap. You can cut the corner by just simply hovering through that wall and land in the gun course. And looks like we have a drop here, boys. Feel like this is a victory royale already. Jesus. Fortnite memes. Sorry. Okay, well, whatever. Yeah. So we just got the Peacemaker. It's a really strong gun, especially for a fight that we're gonna be doing later. Pretty notorious fight, quite the hard boss, my opinion. Even the runners die to it every once in a while, especially me.
It's a pretty notorious mission, though.
Yeah, this one right here, that's pretty terrible for casuals. I've watched a person try this for 5 hours straight. Couldn't get it done. I'm not gonna mention any names, but it was very enjoyable. Painful and enjoyable at the same time. Oh my god, what is this? Yeah, so there are rings that you gotta drive through, or that you don't have to drive through, depending on how well you do. So yeah, the idea is to drive through all the rings, but there's actually a way to not to finish the race after you missed a ring. Yeah, if you miss a ring and you drive into the next ring, it will tell you that you missed a ring and you gotta go back, or rather you gotta do the entire race all over again. But if you were to miss a ring, you can finish the entire race without just not collecting another ring. And all you have to do is just drive into the area, the final area, where the cutscene trigger is.
Which can be tricky because, one, the rings give you boost, so they help out. Also, if you hit any rings, then you have to restart.
Exactly. And these pedestrians right here, they, as you seen earlier, they can push you around here once in a while whenever you drive into them.
Yeah, normally they jump away.
Oh shit.
They jump away of the path, and as soon as they do that, they are not solid anymore. But sometimes you go too fast, or they don't expect you to do it, so they're still solid when you hit them.
Yeah, that can cost you a bunch of speed, as well as the race. But yeah, I've gotten every ring so far, so that's decent.
Yeah, so there is actually a route where you skip the rings up from a specific point, so you can cut a few corners. It is a little bit faster, but way harder and way riskier. So
yeah, so we're also not doing that for the marathon. Oh, shit, didn't know those precursor orbs are worth a lot now.
We'll be able to buy stuff with them.
Yeah. So this game is actually all about driving from one mission to another, or rather, knowing the fastest way to get to each mission.
Then hovering to the end of that mission.
Yeah, hovering to stuff, driving, taking a zoomer. Sometimes it's just taking a zoomer like that that's actually the fastest. Or rather, that's something we haven't investigated just yet. There's probably a death orb somewhere that puts you further into the level. Okay, here's another... It's another quick mission, really. The beginning of the level is quite close to the end, I think. You're supposed to do... you're supposed to take like a predetermined route here, but you're supposed to take the Titan suit to our left that had the yellow glowing sphere around it. It's not a sphere, but whatever it is. But yeah, instead we just go to the cutscene trigger at the very end. There was an invisible hut, or not invisible really, but it wasn't there. But the cutscene trigger was, and we can just like hit that on foot with the jet board. And right here, this is the first time I'm going to be doing something called the Ghost Town. It will load in a version of the city that doesn't have any pedestrians or vehicles in it. And it's really convenient, because especially...
that's spooky.
Yeah, it's really spooky. Everyone's gone. Everyone's gone. Nothing's here. This is really convenient, especially on PS2, because it reduces a bunch of lag. That's something that the PlayStation 3 version doesn't have to worry too much about. Anyhow, yeah, this allows for faster movement, especially on PS2. It's not as much lag. Can control everything a bit nicer, and it also makes hovers easier. Yeah, because they don't drop as much. Because the faster you're trying to hover, the easier it can drop when the frame rate gets lower. So if you have a low frame rate and you're trying to hover fast, it can happen that it just drops the input that you're trying to do, and then it drops the hover entirely. So for hovers, it's really nice to have Ghost Town up. And here we just go into the next mission, which is yeah, Onan's hut. Okay, so here once more, quick death orb.
Everyone's back.
Huh?
I Everyone is back.
Everyone's back. Wow. Alright. So yeah, more driving to more missions. Or more getting to missions. But yeah, there's something really cool coming up where you trigger a mission and have that open as your unquote side mission. And while that's open, you can finish 2 other missions. We'll get to that in a second, but we gotta be protecting our boy Samus here at first. If there aren't any donations, I feel like this would be another nice spot.
All right, we have a $10 donation from Anonymous. Summer manipulation donation.
Aw. Nice play on words.
I'd also like to mention that we do have the Jak II incentive to show off the debug mode run after this. It's right now at $140 out of the 500 needed, so make sure to get those donations in.
Yeah. So there's a debug mode for this game that's been found recently. Yeah, and it like quite heavily breaks the game. Oh, okay. Well, normally these trees are solid whenever you hover up. Wait, they're not solid whenever you hover up. Yeah, right there. I didn't have too much height, so knocked me back a little bit. It's not too terrible though. So here we go to the boy, Samus. Yeah, we gotta protect him now. So all these Crimson Guards, who are, yeah, basically the police of Haven City. They're trying to stop Samus from doing whatever he's doing there. Trying to take him hostage again. Is that what it is? Yeah, so you just shoot these guys, and what's really funny, or not that funny actually. What's useful about the guns and guards and how they like enemies generally drop ammo. Depending on what ammo type you don't have, it will drop that very ammo type. So if right now I have 161 blue ammo, every piece of blue ammo will give me 10. It's right here. I'll have 170. Should be at 170. And as soon as as soon as I'm full on blue ammo, it will actually not give me any blue ammo anymore. So you can use that to fill up on, you know, just ammo basically, especially if you kill these guys with punches and kicks. It's a bit scary. If these guys get close and you don't kill them fast, they can do a bunch of damage to you, resulting in you having to do this mission all over. Which, yeah, this is also a pretty terrible mission to die to. Pretty long. Probably as bad as sewers. Oh yeah. If you see me take cover here and there, that's why. That should have been it. Yeah. So I'm full on all ammo basically. Yeah. So whenever the memory card, the autosave is on, it takes a little while before you can restart missions. So right there, it prevented me from opening up the menu. And using a little restart warp here, we can go back to the beginning. You can also do it the opposite way. Once you get off of this platform, getting there, you can restart and then jetboard back. But this way is a little bit faster. And there's another quick restart warp here. And coming up is another ghost town. That one's not going to last for too long, though. So we're just going to take a quick hover right here. And boom. That's ghost town. Not as scary as the first one, but certainly as interesting. So I'll be taking a quick turn here and to hover over this wall, because it allows me to go into this area and also respawn in it. Alright, so this is the mission that I was talking about earlier. This is the, not side mission, but we'll have this mission open in the back while we do 2 other missions.
Yeah, the mission order in this game are not completely linear. Sometimes there's like 2 paths of mission where you have to complete both paths to be able to continue, and this is one of those paths where you can have 2 missions at once.
And yeah, we're going to be using that. We have this one open in the back, and we're going to be finishing off 2 other ones while this is open. And as soon as we get out of those 2 missions, I'll do a restart warp that puts me back to where we just were, where we just got the mission. That saves roughly a minute of driving. It's around a minute. It's 45 seconds a minute, from what I know.
But there's a catch. If you die while you're in a different mission, this mission you have now is not going to be active anymore, so you won't be able to do the restart warp.
Yeah. Yeah, it's important not to die in the 2 upcoming missions. The first one's quite simple. It's not as bad. You can die to it still.
Yeah, if you die, you have to take the drive, and we call the drive the drive
drive of shame.
Yeah.
So right here, like I mentioned earlier, the beginning, the end of the level, very close to the beginning. That's the first mission done. Easy.
No death.
And then here's the second one. This one's a little bit trickier. It's also really silly, especially with the Titan suit right here. You're supposed to break this wall, but nah, let's just not do that. You can go out of bounds here. Well, are you out of bounds?
Yeah.
I suppose you are, yeah.
Kind
So
of.
kind of. So you can walk on this. What is this even? You can walk on this, whatever it is.
It's the ceiling.
The ceiling. All right.
It's a roof.
You can the roof. All right. Whatever you call it. You can walk on it, and it allows you to skip into the level.
Yeah, they put an invisible wall like next to it, but you can just walk around it.
Yeah. They haven't really tested that, as it seems. All right. So I gotta get out of the Titan suit here. Shoot these metal heads. And then, oh, that was fast.
Sniped.
That snipe. Yeah, you can hit the switch. You can hit that second switch back there if you line yourself up. That's something I started doing some time ago because I was sick of, getting over there trying to aim for it. So I was like, all right, let's find a nice way to line this up and get the shot. And
Yeah.
it's pretty consistent.
Those targets don't
Yeah.
trigger the auto aim object, so yeah, you have to be straight on them to hit them.
Also, interestingly, if you hit the switch the other way, it doesn't work. So, like, it goes this way. The way I did it, it goes this way. But if you mess it up and you pull the lever the other way, then it doesn't work. Like, you can't line yourself up like that. Alrighty, taking the elevator up to do what we're actually supposed to do here, which is destroying those computer tower things that will be blowing up this tower later. Okay, so this can be quite tricky. These metalheads, they will jump onto you, and by doing that, or if they do that, your character, the punches, they will autopilot towards them, or yeah, you're gonna try to attack those metalheads. Yeah, just like that. So you want to be killing those or avoid them as best as you can.
Yeah, so it's just better to hit them in front of you than try to hit a computer and then
Yeah.
them on the side.
Yeah, it's pretty tricky at times, and although this doesn't seem as a big thing, you can lose a bunch of time to it if they just don't want to get off.
Yeah, and this is the sky part where you really don't want to die.
Well, thanks for putting the pressure on me now. That's so good. Yeah. Yeah, you just got to be jetboarding all the way back, even through the doors that we didn't go through. Yeah, you're supposed to punch these walls open, the doors open. And then instead of taking the elevator, because that's boring and slow, we're just gonna hover up, and then exit the mission that way. So I'll pick up the ammo there. On PS2, you can actually skip that very communicator that was just talking to us, but that doesn't work on PlayStation 3 since it's loading too fast. And At least that's what I believe. No, but yeah, that comp skip doesn't work.
Yes, and now
PlayStation 5.
you can do the restart up to the mission we started earlier.
Yeah, exactly. This just saved us like a minute of driving compared to not getting it, to dying in one of the missions. So it's a really neat trick, and if you don't die in that mission, it saves a bunch of time. Before that, we did, like before that was found, we did those missions in a different order. But yeah, we found out that it saves a little bit of time, so we started doing that. On this mission, we're supposed to escort these lurkers. Hello? Alright. Get them and bring them to some... I don't even know what they are. Holes? Just some random holes in the... in the ground that you gotta drop them into.
The sewer?
Hmm?
Sewers?
The sewers? Yeah, I don't know the story.
Looks
man.
like them.
I don't know the story. Anyhow, you drop 4, 5 of them, 6 of them into the sewer holes, and yeah, just gotta make sure they don't fall into any water, especially in the second part of this mission. After we go through the green area, that you guys were just suggesting earlier, by the way. Yeah, we gotta make sure they don't fall into the water, because if that happens, the entire mission needs to be redone. And yeah, that's also quite annoying and quite some time save. Time loss, not time save.
Time saved to not die.
Yeah. That'd be silly if that'd be time save. So if you align your shots nicely, you can get this guy to be pushed very close to the entrance to the sewers.
Are we going with that now?
Hmm?
Are we going with sewers now?
I mean, I don't know, are they? I don't know where they go. I thought it's a sewer entrance. Anyhow, shoutouts to Rack. There's a Rack picture right there on the right. Alright, yeah, that's kind of scary. Get on here, my guy.
So this is the only scary part about the mission, because the lurkers are basically invincible, but if they fall into the water, the mission immediately fails. So you have to be careful on this part.
Okay. Yeah, you gotta use your ultra instinct every once in a while here to avoid those those vehicles, because they can get in the way as well. Can be quite annoying. Shit, get in here. All right. So the last vehicle that I just destroyed, that can also go into a different direction, which does save you a little bit of time, I believe. But in this case, I didn't get it to go that way. Yeah, the path it takes splits up there. You know, every once in a while it changes up. So right here, we're gonna be doing the class 1 race, and this is where lap skips will happen, hopefully, if I get those. Ah, jeez. Yeah, the loading thing on the side, or the saving thing, can be really annoying at times, but again, for the sake of the marathon, I'll have it on.
Yeah, you normally run the game without autosave, but as we said earlier, the game is prone to crashes.
Yeah.
We don't want that to happen, and not have a save to come back to.
Alright, so you want to be getting 2 boosts. One here, and one here. Want to save them up. And slow down around here-ish, and you want to boost and jump a little bit after another, and that allows you to jump over a little bit of the track, and yeah, that's quite a lap skip. Saves, I believe, 10 seconds overall. Every time you do it. No, every time you do it, it's like a few seconds. Oh, okay, that's something that can happen. You can just drive into the wall like that, and well, then obviously it doesn't work. So there's always a chance of damaging a vehicle. I feel like I just had some... I had too much speed there, and yeah, too much speed, and the angle wasn't too good. So let me try that again, once more at least. Want to get that twice. Alright, here we go. Yeah, that's more like it. Then the second boost you want to keep so that after you land it, you can get going faster. Pick up speed faster. Yeah, that'll look nice. And also these other racers, they can steal your boost every once in a while. Quite annoying, but that's just what it is. Okay. Out of safety, I'll just drive to the end because I had it happen that in the last lap I messed it up. I had to do the entire race again. So yeah, not gonna be doing that here. Okay. Yeah, I forgot. When the pause thing is happening on the side, you can't buffer the text that's at the bottom, because you can buffer text in this game by just hitting the pause button. But whenever there's the loading thing on the side or the saving thing on the side memory card, that doesn't work. So for a second, I wanted to get into the zoomer that was to my right. And it just didn't work, and I was a bit confused why, but then I remembered. Oh yeah, it's the autosave. My god, so... Yeah, this part right here, you may remember we've been here earlier, but this time the guards are shooting us and stuff. I don't know how rough it's gonna make this trick, because you're able to do this simply again. Yeah, it's a bit risky, I'll just... Oh my god. Let's see if that worked. Alright. That did work, nice. I was a bit confused by those shots. That was certainly interesting. Alright, but instead of going to at the weapon course now, we're going to be going into the palace. The one that's up here. And we also have a hoverless category. And I want to say that this level is one of the harder levels in the hoverless category. But yeah, the hover just makes the game a lot easier. A lot faster and easier. Because again, there are so little checkpoints. To our right, there would have been a cutscene, but if we just go over to this side, hover up, and not get the cutscene, we can go back to the beginning, and it like loaded up the rest of the level. Like that, do a roll jump in here, and as soon as that door closes, you can just restart the mission. And it puts you back down, but yeah, with the mission finished.
What mission?
Yeah, I don't know. What mission are you talking about? Yeah, we're supposed to explore the palace up there, but yeah, I think we did that pretty nicely, right? We discovered every little secret in the palace.
Yeah, we saw behind walls and
Yeah.
explore the ceiling.
Just you know, just take a look at the ceiling, hover up there, and you're good to go. So right here, you are supposed to, well, go through this war factory. That's what they call it. And you know we're going to be doing that, but we're going to be doing it the Jak II way, not developer intended, which is just hovering over everything. And there's a certain room you gotta go down in. It's coming up after this one. Yep, here we go. And yeah, that's basically it. That's all you gotta do. So just hover back up here. There's a bunch of guards staying around. You don't have to kill them. I just prefer to take them out because they can hit you every once in a while. And here you gotta be getting some height. And then there's a def zone, def plane, because you went up to the guards. It loads in the elevator's def plane. And yeah, hovering up will then kill you and just spawn you back up here. Alright, so these guys are really, really annoying. This is the crew boss fight, and you want to make sure to shoot the blobs, these ones, the clones of crew. You want to be shooting them off as fast as you can. because that instantly kills them, and yeah, it saves a bunch of time. There's actually a skip for this boss, but nobody really gotten that before. Well, not in a not in a good run. The only recording we have of crew skip is a runner who's gotten this like 3 years ago, and yeah, it's just not really viable to do it. Like, we have no idea how it works. There are some theories about it, but
Yeah, we have no way of reproducing it. You
Yeah.
don't make it consistent.
so the camera can be your worst enemy in this fight. If I'm not mistaken, pressing R3 can actually reset the entire boss fight. That has happened to some runners before. R3 is going first person, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, you don't wanna be doing that. So as you see, it shoots them off and instantly kills them. You always gotta go for some ammo as well. Alright. This one's spawning here, shoot them off. But this is also the fight that I was talking about earlier, like even like really good runners, they can die to this. Quite finicky. Quite the annoying boss fight. Oh, come on, where's the last two? Alright, 1, 2. I didn't have enough ammo. I missed that one shot.
And the challenger is bound for the count.
And by hitting these crates at the very beginning with the jet board, you make them, so that when you shoot those crates, the ammo will always fly towards you for some weird reason.
Yeah, it's because the ammo flies through you when you destroy crates with the jet bomb. Since
yeah.
those crates just like respawn on themselves, they keep that weird state. It's useful.
Yeah. So for this mission, you know, instead of going in and talking to the person we're supposed to talk to, we just did it from the outside. Through the wall, activated the cutscene. If you hit the wall in the right spot, you can just trigger it from the outside. Pretty convenient. No need to go inside. Yeah, this is just a whack-a-mole mini-game, really. If there are any donations, I feel like this would be another great spot.
Alright, we have a $10 donation from 6 Rock.
6 Rock, my boy.
Speedrunning Jak with 2 hands? What is this? Good luck with the run, Booms.
Thank you. In case you didn't know, 6 Rock was the guy who was doing the one-handed Jak I run on, I believe, Tuesday. Go check that out if you haven't done so.
Yeah, a small thing about this minigame is that you could think it's luck-based, but it's only where they spawn. What spawn is always going to be the same, so you shouldn't lose or gain any time, which is convenient for a speedrun.
Wait, what am I doing?
You're missing.
So, one thing that's happened to me quite a lot in the past, especially the past few weeks, I actually hard-locked after finishing this mission. So that's also like the reason I turned on the autosave.
Yeah, this is one of the most common hard luck.
Yeah, there's another spot later where it can happen. I guess you'll see then. So I'm not gonna.
It's gonna take it slow here.
I'm only gonna skip the cutscene. Alright, we're good. We're good. Whew. Yeah, the game can hardlock here out of nowhere. Really scary. I had like runs that were sub 1 pace on PlayStation 3, and like it just hardlocked. It's really sad. Alright, so right here, you're supposed to go into Underport. There is once more the Titan suit down there, but that's quite slow taking that. So I'll just load in this state of Underport, where you don't need to take the...
Yeah, you're supposed to be underwater right now, but since we didn't commit where we should be coming it from, then you can just be on foot on over.
Yeah, that completely skips the first section of underport. Yeah, usually you're supposed to do it underwater, like Guitar said. But yeah, there's no water, so you can just hover through it. Really convenient.
I saw this chest. Boomer doesn't want to go too fast because the camera is locked on the meta head. So if you go too far ahead, you can't see yourself, and it's very, very easy to die.
Yeah, quite dangerous.
I wonder where dying put you.
Ooh, that was close.
We almost saw it. Yeah, there's no checkpoint here either, so.
All right.
Yeah, there being no checkpoints, this is one of the hardest games casually. So
Yeah. There's a Jak and Extra subreddit, and I see a bunch of people complaining on there because this game's so hard. Talking about being hard. Alright, so it's gonna make this a bit awkward. Ah, we got it though. Yeah, I didn't want to punch here because punch glitch can actually happen. That will like push you off to the side, and you know, rather be taking a little bit slow here, not punching off. Alright, so there's another drive coming up. That's, I believe, a minute or two long. If there's more donations, once again, perfect opportunity to bring him in. And if you get, oh yeah, sorry. If anyone hasn't donated just yet and who really thought about donating, yeah, it could be red potentially.
Yeah, and speaking of that, we are right now about $211 away from that debug mode. So if you want to see that happen at the end of this run, make sure to get those donations in.
That's something really nice about this game. It's just pure driving for a minute straight. Pretty nice, isn't it? Get to enjoy the beautifully designed city without needing to do any restart warps.
unfortunately, it's really easy to hardlock on this drive, since the metalheads invaded the city, and there's a lot more action going on than usual.
So yeah, there's another notorious spot where the game can hardlock. It's driving into the stadium or getting close to the stadium. I'm really hoping that that's not going to happen. Well, yeah, obviously. But on PlayStation 2, I've seen that a bunch of times, that it just crashes there. And this game's really notorious for hardlocking, as well as for being quite hard casually. Yeah, we're almost at the stadium, where we need to do another escort or protect mission. They're sprinkled all over the place. They're like, alright, let's put some escort missions in here and some protect missions. So right here would be the spot where it can hardlock. Glad it didn't do that. Yeah, it didn't happen to me on PlayStation 3 yet. Oh. Yeah, I had the bad zoomer, man.
I'm glad you said that after, because
wait,
we would have locked if you said, "Oh, I never locked here on the PS3."
That would have been
we would have jinxed.
That would have been something. All right, more protecting. No, 2 old men. Actually, that's the first time we're doing that. But more protecting people. So yeah, you want to make sure you don't use up any of the yellow ammo that you have, because we're going to be needing that for the final boss. It's going to make killing him a lot easier, having a bunch of yellow ammo. So instead I'll just use up my blue ammo here, and from here on out I can just use the red ammo. We're stacked up on that anyways. Loaded on red ammo. People have a theory where they say, you know, if you do this close to the If you kick the time machine, it's supposed to save time, but never really seems to be consistent.
Probably placebo.
Yeah. Nice. Game can also hardlock here. No, didn't do that. There's a bunch of places where it can just hardlock.
Yeah, at the end of this next drive, there's also another spot.
Yeah.
There are like many spots near the end of the game, which is very frustrating when running this game.
Yeah, there's a great video by a guy called XT Vaser. Things you should consider before speedrunning this game, and it's just a compilation of him hardlocking on like really good paces and just losing his runs to the game crashing. It's really silly. But yeah, that's some of the game's known for. The hardlocks. Ooh. Oh, jeez. Sorry, gotta do my thing here. The more donations by any chance?
As of now, not at the moment with any comments, but we are right now at $116. So actually, never mind. We are now at $96
Go.
away from the debug mode. So make sure that you get those in right now.
Still plenty of time.
Yeah, we're getting to the end of the run.
You have like 5 minutes left,
About 5.
approximately.
No, it's
yeah.
like 2 or 3. Oh, so right here, hardlock? No, okay. This is where it can also hardlock. Instead of taking, you know, like actually going into the mission, we just stand here. Okay, here I gotta go up for once. I usually just restart my game on PlayStation 3. That's actually a little bit faster. But since the menu thing was popping up, it didn't work. Come on now.
I think now's the time to act. The metalheads are so focused on attacking the city, they may have left their nest vulnerable. Jag, you've got to get out to the wasteland and breach the nest
Hello.
barrier any way you can. Maybe
So yeah, there's a death warp here. Puts me once again close into the mission. And I always punch down into the water there because I've seen several people just pick up a zoomer out of nowhere. Completely unintentionally. And that happened to me too one day, and at that point I was like, nope, I'm always going to be punching down into the water from now on. So yeah, that was another quick cutscene happening there. Doesn't matter too much. But here we are at the final boss. Oh, we see Dark Jak again. So here I turn my camera because it doesn't make his minions spawn. He has like these little metalhead guys coming towards you.
Yeah, the game doesn't want to spawn things out of your view because it would be like unfair to get hit from behind, so we can abuse that mechanic. And time is coming up really soon.
Yeah, can you guys get ready on time? I'm not going to be able to do it. As soon as you see him fall down, that's when the time's going to be.
Okay, get ready on my guess.
And time.
Oh.
Hey. That's not too bad. I'll take that.
You almost matched Six Rocks time.
Yeah? What was Six Rocks time?
I think he had a
55? 102, 55?
54, I think.
Oh,
yeah.
54. Well, I could have waited just a little bit longer, just to match his time.
And you use 2 hands.
Huh?
You use 2 hands.
Yeah, 2 hands too. Man, I suck. But yeah, everyone, that's Jak II. Let's turn on the subtitles here. Oh, it's a donation there. It's good stuff. Yeah, shout outs to the Jak community for just being awesome, helping me to get where I am today. Like, allow me to run this game, learn this game. Really cool community. If you want to pick up this game, there's a Jak and Axo Discord on speedrun.com. I recommend you go there, join the Discord, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm also in there, so if you want to get my help, my advice, want to pick up the boomer strats, then I'm glad to help. Also, I was supposed to shout out Sonaris, because he stayed up for my run. So thank you for that. Here's a shout out. And yeah, thank you to the lovely people on my couch. We have here Guitar. He's like the Jak and Daxter glitch hunter. Entire series. He broke Jak I, Jak III, and you better not be touching this game, my guy.
I'll try not to.
We have
Useless Brit. I know nothing about this game. That's why I've been quiet for most of the run.
as a good friend of mine though, as well as this guy over here.
I'm geschlossen. I used to run the first Jak and Daxter game, but that was years ago. So
Yeah, and I'm Boomer, also known as Boomer Streams. You see it up on the screen right now. Yeah. Stream on Twitch, make YouTube videos, and if you want to check those out.
It's not
Yeah.
my thing.
Again, thanks for watching, everyone. Appreciate it. What about the donation incentive? How's that looking?
We just closed it, but we were sadly $46 away.
Alright. You know, that's fair enough.
You guys can check out debug mode on YouTube.
Yeah, good idea.
It's very, very interesting stuff.
Yeah, I recommend you check out speedrun.com. There's a list of a bunch of debug modes debug mode runs there. Pretty interesting. Yeah, thanks for having me. Thank you also to everyone who organized this event. Really great. Really loving it this year. The location's pretty sweet, and production value is also top notch. So thank you to everyone.
Sacrificed their lives to defeat this evil and protect the child.